What is up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time to the channel, my name is Chaz. I'm a graphic designer in the MMA and music space. In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys how you can use a cheap scanner to rip images from old magazines and books that nobody's going to be reading anymore and repurpose them to make dope designs with. So let's get into it. The main things you'll need for this are an X-Acto knife, a cheap scanner, which can be gotten anywhere for almost nothing, a laptop or desktop computer capable of running Photoshop, and most importantly, you'll need to go to your local thrift store and pick up some old magazines, comic books, reading books, whatever it is, just old literature. The older, the better. I've already gone and picked some out. The books I chose were this old magic book dated 1977. It's got all kinds of dope illustrations and sketches in it that I think will come in handy at some point. This photography book dated 1992, I believe. My favorite thing that I got was a stack of about 10 of these old muscle and fitness roided out steroid magazines. They just have a dope aesthetic. The way they design things in 99, 2000, which is when these are all dated, stands out to me, you know, and I really like the aesthetic, and I swear it's not the buff, oiled up men. Now that we have our literature, it's time to take our X-Acto knife and cut through each book and magazine to find the images that we like, that we can use, bring them over to the scanner. Not every scanner is the same, not every scanner scans at the same quality, but as long as you scan at the highest DPI possible for your scanner, you should get good results. Even, you know, the artifacts that crappier scanners leave behind are dope and actually desired in graphic design. So I'm gonna get to cutting and then scanning, and then I'll meet you guys in Photoshop. All right, guys, so here we are in Photoshop. I scanned a bunch of graphics in, but the one that really made me want to, make something first was this eyeball from the photography book. I kind of went ahead and already got started, but I'll show you guys exactly what I did. The first step here, so I masked out the eye, kind of like this, and the way I did that was, let me show you guys. If you go down here, create a layer mask with your object, then you're gonna go to the brushes, get the soft brush, set it to dissolve, and you can play with the size and opacity if you want to. I typically leave the opacity as is, but it's all taste. And then you're just gonna brush everything out like that, like so. Brush out everything that you don't need. And my final result was this, although I kind of want to brush out a little bit more, so I'm gonna do that right now. All right, cool. I like that. I like how it still shows the eyelashes while also showing the crow's feet or the wrinkles down below. I like that. The next thing I did was add a levels adjustment just to make those colors pop. You see the difference? It's undeniable. I was just, turning these, moving these knobs a bit. And typically I try to only use levels on the adjustment layers as opposed to the adjustments in the top left, just because it's less it's never destructive really, but this gives me room to move it. If I want to, I can turn the opacity on this down, and have the effect be, but I like how it punches here at 100 opacity, so we're gonna leave that as is. The next step was added some tribal shapes. I felt like this design needed some framing. I really liked these type of shapes. Let's see here. There's a color overlay with the opacity on 21, but I might just what's it like all the way up. I don't mind it, really. I don't mind it at all. And if we need to go back, we can go back to that 21 opacity color overlay. But for now, I'm kind of liking this. Need to mask out more of this. There we go. That doesn't need to be there. Yeah, I'm kind of liking the color, honestly. Kind of liking the eyeball left with color. So I've made an executive decision. This design looks better without the tribal shapes. Sometimes simpler is better, in my personal opinion. You're free to disagree. You're free to comment, man, that fucking Lloyd talks now, is my opinion. The next thing I did, I just added some text. And I'm sure you're wondering what font this is. This is Republic of Minor. I kerned it kind of close together. I like to do that. And then kind of did the same thing with the same text with the bottom. Eternal Unrest is just like a made up brand. The next thing that I want to do is actually color this this text. So I should have the color in my swatches already. So you're just going to click on your text layer, and you can do this here. There's a bunch of ways to do it. You can do it in the layer styles, but I find it's best to do it here. So that's that line of text. Next thing I want to do is go to the tagline and just hit my swatches here. Boom. That's that. Toggle on that. It's kind of cool as one color too. Design's kind of cool, one color. It's hard to say. It's kind of cool faded like that too. Kind of like that. Kind of like that a lot. Then on like a cream tea. Yeah, I like that a lot. So the next thing that we're gonna do is just add some texture, some of that nice cracked distressed texture that everybody strives so hard for in streetwear. So what I'm gonna do is I like to create a new layer. There's a bunch of ways to do this as well. There's no particularly correct or right or wrong way to do it. It's all preference and you know, your style and the design. Really, the design will kind of tell you which way to do it. For this design, I'm gonna create a new layer, go to my brushes, and I already have a bunch of brushes installed, like tons of distressed brushes, but what I want to use today is a brush pack from my buddy Design Forge. He makes some sick stuff. It's right here, the 2035 plastisol brush pack. I use it pretty often. You click the brush, and as you can see here, it's already it's already there for you. You just want to make sure that your foreground and background colors are set. So you want it set to white here because you have a white background. You're gonna pick your brush and you're gonna go from there. For this design, I think I want to use, how's this one looking? Ooh, I like this one. Yeah, I like this one. And what you typically want to do is adjust the size. Don't use dissolve, use normal there. Adjust the size and the orientation of the brush so that it fits, you know, what you're doing with your design. For me, this is just fine. There we go. Now the design, as you know, that's perfect for me. Might add a little bit more right here. This is a good ass brush. Might add a little more right here. And that's solid to me. The graphic has plenty of distress in it. Maybe add a little more right there. Yeah. No, we're in business. Oh yeah. I love this. I love this. So the next thing we need to do is merge our design down. If you're on a Mac, the key to do that is Shift Control Alt E. And as you can see, We still have our group here with everything in it, but we also have our design on one singular layer, which makes it easy for us to separate colors, remove the background, and all that good stuff. So in order to do that, we're gonna grab our magic wand tool, make sure contiguous and anti-alias is off. We're gonna take a selection of our background, like so, then just hit delete. Now our background is separated. We can do anything we want with this. We can throw it on a mockup, which is exactly what we're gonna do next. So we have our mockup file from Duran Supply open. The next step is we're simply gonna go to our original file, drag our file over to the mockup, and we're just gonna size it correctly, how we want it. And there you go, our design is mocked up and ready to be sent to a client. Now let's move on to our next scanned image. So here we are in a new document. I found these scans in one of the weightlifting magazines, and I thought they were sick. They have that dope halftone like texture that all the images in the magazines have. Zoom out before I get flagged. I'm thinking I'm gonna go with the one of the chick, but I'm just gonna use her lower body. I think I can do something really sick with that, so let's get into it. The first thing I wanna do is create a rectangle. So in order to do that, I'm gonna go over to the shape tool and just draw in a rectangle. And I'm gonna set the fill to 0. I'm gonna set the stroke to white. Adjust the position of it to outside. Change the size. And then from there, I'm going to just use that to box it around her legs the way I would want it to be. I kind of like that. Kind of like that. The pervert in me is telling me to get more of her legs, but we'll keep it modest. And next I'm gonna move this down here, and I believe I can just create a clipping mask. Yeah, and it'll clip exactly what I wanted, the way I wanted it. All right, I've chosen this text. What I want to do is add a stroke of black, most likely on the outside, but that can change. I'm gonna clone it, go down to the lower one and just move it this way. The reason I do that is I'm going to give these a nice color scheme here. The top one and the bottom one. Just allows the text to have just pop more. For now, we'll give this one a red. I really need to be looking at like a Pantone book or something, but find a red that I like. Guess that one's cool for now. I want to work for now. And we'll do this one. No, I'm thinking. So here's where I landed design wise. Nothing crazy, nothing special. I just wanted to take advantage of the that halftone effect that's already, it's just like a halftone risograph effect that's already in the artwork from the magazine. I thought it made the legs look super sick. The way the red pops out, the way the toes pop out. Then just accompanied it with a red frame, some white text, super simple stuff. Like you can make this the back of a t-shirt, put a logo down here, or, you know, You do a lot with it. The next step that I want to do is adding my distress, just because I feel like a design is never complete without a little bit of distress. So we're gonna go ahead and try, Design Forge's pack again and see if that yields anything dope for us. So we just need to make sure our foreground and background is set to black. And from there we just paint in until we find one we like. That's cool. That one's pretty cool. That one's cool too. Damn, I always find myself coming back to this one. I can't use the same one. Is that the one I used earlier? I think it is. No. All right, what I'm gonna do is just make this smaller. That a little bit. Make it. So here we are in Photoshop after about an hour of messing around with filters and different textures, different effects. I came to this. I'm pretty happy with it. Reminds me of just like something you see in an old magazine, or which I mean that's where I got it from. I guess something even older. We have like serious risograph effects going on here on the art and on the text, which I love these types of this type of effect. Halftones or half toning. Got the paper texture. And then if we go here, we see it mocked up on a poster. Just quickly mocked up, nothing special. This video wasn't necessarily to show you how to design, but to show you that you can get assets and dope things from the most unexpected places and make decent artwork with it. If you liked the video or if you learned something, comment down below, let me know. If you can, like, subscribe. I want to make this a series of at least one video a week, just showing you guys different graphic design techniques and outlooks and styles and different things you could try. Hopefully, I can help somebody or inspire somebody to do something doper than I did. I'm not the best in the world, but I do like to teach. With that said, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.